Welcome to Pitlane News. I'm here at Salon Privé at the Royal Chelsea Hospital, and I've bumped into Mr. Hamilton. And I'm going to say this on air: father of the 8th time world champion. See, we had a little chat about Nicolas, who I caught up with recently at the British Touring Car, and yeah, just briefly, he's doing it all himself, isn't he? There's a lot of people saying out there, oh yeah, he's got help from his brother. That isn't the case.
No, Nick is one of the most independent young men you're ever going to come across. You've got to remember, when this lad was born, we thought he was a normal, healthy young lad. 6 months later, we found out he suffers from cerebral palsy, and the doctors at the time said to us, I'm sorry, but your son's never going to walk, and is always going to need thick glasses or whatever it was.
Really?
And so we had to deal with that in the very early stages. Anyway, Nick, as Nick grew up, he was in a wheelchair and struggled to walk and those sorts of things. And then one day at Silverstone, when he was about 15 years of age, he said, "You know what, Dad? I want to be a race driver." And he got up and said, "You know what? I don't want the wheelchair anymore." And he struggled to walk for a long, long time.
Really?
But he got up and he walked. And then he decided, "You know what? I'm going to go in a car, Dad." And I paid for his first year in cars just as a goodwill gesture. And then I said, "Right, that's it, you've had it, you've had your luck and your money." He said, "But I want to keep going." I said, "Okay, well, you'd have to find, it's like, you've got to get a job, Nick."
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, Dad, I'll go and get some sponsors and go racing. Fair play to the sponsors that have belief in him as well, because it isn't about winning.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
It's not about the winning.
It's the reach.
Absolutely. It's like, do I like this individual? Do I like what they stand for? Do I like, what they mean? We've got to, give others hope.
Exactly.
Hope that you can be anything you want.
And this is what he's doing. This is what he's doing.
And he doesn't take a penny from me, from Lewis, and it's like, Nick, we'll help. Maybe we'll give you a bit of money. No, Dad, no. Team he works with, Team Hard. Well, the owner of Team Hard.
I know, yeah.
Phenomenally nice guy. And
you got the same hairstyle.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, it's designer.
No, it's
designer.
Great, yeah.
But got to give Tony and his family a lot of credit. They love Nick. Nick loves them, and there's a great relationship. And if you ever need someone to support you, Team Hard.
Well, as I said to you, last year when I met Nick for the first time, and I meet a lot of people, just the sweetest, determined young man, and it's just amazing. Yeah. What's your biggest bit of advice to a young racing driver's father who's helping his son negotiate the hurdles of motorsport and motorsport financing?
Well,
it's a hard question, isn't it?
That's a big one. But I suppose the biggest thing I could say to them is just be realistic. Okay. If you set realistic goals, you're most likely going to achieve them. Anything else is a bonus, and that's the way I explain it.
Exactly.
We had dreams of F1, but we set a lesser target in the beginning. And if we got to F1, well, that was the bonus. It was always on the back burner, but we didn't say we're going to be in F1.
Yeah.
Because
if you didn't, there's a massive
absolutely.
That's what affects the mental health of the drivers and the dads
and the whole family. So we set realistic targets, and every time we achieved the target, we then thought, right, the bonus is Formula One, and the bonus came. So all I would say is keep it, and not to say everybody's heading for Formula One. You could be heading for a touring car or Le Mans or whatever it is, but set a realistic target that you're going to be able to achieve, and then once you've done that, that the next stage is the bonus.
Fantastic. Listen, thank you for your time.
It's a bit like Brucey's bonus.
Bruce, good game.
For those who remember Brucey.
I do. Unfortunately.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice to see you.